There is a lack of candidates right now in so many positions out there. And hiring managers and recruiters and companies are wondering what is going on. Why are they losing out on so much talent when they thought that this was an employer's market? I'm going to jump into 5 things that recruiters, hiring managers, and companies are doing right now that is hurting their interview process. So let's jump into it. My number one mistake is they are taking too long. They're dragging the process out, and most of the time, this can be easily resolved. You need to consolidate your hiring practice and you need to move it along much faster. I have been seeing some companies take months to fill a position, and when the candidate market is very competitive, they are not interviewing just with you, but they're interviewing with other companies as well. So make this process go as quickly as possible. A lot of times in the interview process, there are administrative steps that need to be done that are non-negotiable. So if you have an assessment or a reference check or another admin step that needs to be done, try getting them done early on in the process. Preferably right after that first phone screen. If you feel this candidate is a very good candidate, get that moving quick. Get that assessment moving, that reference check moving quick, because the last thing you want to do is have that at the end of the process. My number 2 mistake that hiring managers are doing is they're spending too much time trying to find reasons why not to hire a candidate rather than why to hire a candidate. They are spending too much time combing resumes and dissecting the interview and finding the things they do not like about a candidate rather than why they like a candidate. And especially in frontline and hourly positions and even entry-level management, they spend too much time dwelling on the resume instead of getting the person in front of them, and spending too much time trying to find reasons to disqualify the person rather than to like the person. Look, no candidate is perfect. So please stop looking at candidates and waiting for that unicorn. The 3rd mistake that recruiters and employers are doing right now in the interview process is thinking that this is an employer's market, when in actuality, it is not. Now, I know that there are some roles out there that are very competitive, and in some niches and in some industries, yes, it is an employer's market, but it is not an employer's market across the board, and jobs are coming back quick, and candidates are very hard to find in so many industries. And in my industry, in hospitality, it is getting progressively crazier and more difficult to find talent. All the way from sous chef to management, it is very competitive right now in the state of Florida, and it's trickling out to other states. A big misconception is, hey, there's going to be a rush of candidates once unemployment runs out, once the stimulus checks are done. In September, once the unemployment goes away, we'll have a huge rush of candidates and it'll be fine. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go to Indeed, go to the job boards, and go to my state of Florida and put hotel or restaurant, and then just put Miami or Florida and see how many jobs are posted. That right there tells you that it is very competitive right now and the job market is fierce. My 4th mistake that is making your interview process more difficult than it should be is the job descriptions. The job postings are way too demanding. You're setting too many parameters and you're demanding too much instead of providing why you are a good company to work for. If you look at these job postings, so many of them will say, must have this, must have, needs this, I need, you must have, instead of telling the candidates why you are a good company to work for. Think about that. This is narrowing down your pool. If there are requirements that are preferred but not needed, try eliminating them from your job description. Most candidates now are looking for a company culture that they can call home. They've had over a year during the pandemic to really narrow down what is important to them. So think about it in that aspect. When you are making these postings, why do they want to work for your company and work with you? And my fifth mistake in the recruiting process right now, the mistake that is dwindling down your talent pool, is during the preliminary stage when you are looking at resumes. Most recruiters, most headhunters, most hiring managers have three piles: the yes pile, the maybe pile, and the no pile. Obviously, the no pile should get a letter or an email saying that they're not a fit for the position. Don't be complacent on that yes pile and dwindle down your pipeline too much. Call the yes pile and the maybe pile and see if those candidates could be a fit. You never know. Sometimes candidates who do not read well on a resume, they might have something that might have caused a little bit of a red flag to you. When you get on the phone with them and you ask them about that, there's a lot of times where they can answer it, and you never know. You might find that diamond in the rough in that middle pile that you thought was not a fit when you first looked at it first glance. All right, so that was my 5 mistakes that hiring managers, recruiters, companies are making right now in the interview process, why they are not seeing enough talent, and why you might not be able to fill fast enough. I hope that these tips helped a little bit, and it is my goal to help recruiters and candidates as we navigate this current hiring market. If you like the content that I shared in this video, please like this video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for weekly updates. I will be updating this channel weekly for content for all things hiring, recruiters and hiring managers, and also the candidate. So stay tuned. I hope you all have a great week.